Hey there superstars, it is Vanessa here again, your speaker, trainer and coach from Live, Love, Give, and I am actually coming to you from beautiful South Bank here in Melbourne. It might be a bit noisy right now because I wanted to show you guys where I am a little bit, but I've got a pretty nice view, kind of cruising around Melbourne right now. I've been here for the last couple of days. Out there, it's looking a bit smoggy on camera, but that's the water out there. So, and it is super noisy because I've got the highway down there. But a little bit of Melbourne action for you today. But yeah, I really wanted to deliver this message to you guys today. Just want to get out of the glare a little bit. But ultimately, all about the fact that what you think is the problem is rarely the problem. All right, and I want to talk about this from a couple of different angles today. So firstly, I was totally inspired by a beautiful human being that I just got to meet and connect with on one of my Discover Your Genius one-on-one personality profiling sessions. And I got to dive into her world and go super, super deep. And I want to talk about some real value that I want to deliver based on that scenario and based on that experience to you guys, all about what we're talking about today. And also the same scenario happened for me about 2 days ago. I was doing some of my own preparation work for an NLP course that I'm about to go into on Thursday. And I was doing some of my own internal work, and I want to talk into that. So let me start with this beautiful human being. So what actually happened with her was, as I was taking her through a Discover Your Genius profiling session, which is really me kind of taking a side door into the workings of your mind, and kind of being able to put language to different parts of yourself that you may not know exists, or you just haven't been able to identify what that is. And ultimately, the system that I use, it can be used in so many different angles, but the particular focus for this beautiful human being was to focus on, she was feeling like I'm not really fulfilled in my career path, and I want to know where I should be going, what direction I should be taking with this. And ultimately, you can use it for that. That's absolutely one of the reasons why this particular framework was designed. But anyway, she presented that, she filled in her form as she was signing up, and she said, yeah, I really want to know what career path I should be on. I'm feeling unfulfilled here. I want to know what's in alignment with me. And as we went through this profiling session, it was becoming more and more clear that she was actually in a very well-suited career. And as we went through over the couple of hours that we spent together, and I was asking her all these different questions, by the end of it, and particularly when we were able to identify her particular framework of personality, the neuroscience of her brain, how her mind works, the different cognitive functions that she uses as her key strengths, we were absolutely able to see that it was less about her needing to change her career path and much, much, much more about her being open to inviting love into her life. All right, so everybody's different. We've all got different things that we are being successful at, and other areas of our lives that we really need to focus on. And for her, getting from this point of I'm not really, there's something kind of missing. I know I'm doing all right, but there's something kind of missing here. And her focus was, I think maybe it's my career path. I'm not feeling fulfilled at work. And as we went through the conversation and the profiling, we're able to see that, work is where she feels most successful, and she does a lot of it. But what's been missing as I brought it out in her own language was really that she wants that special person in her life to do amazing things with, to actually just love and be loved. And at the end of the day, that's what we're all here for, to love fully and be loved fully. And when there's something missing, in particular, when there's love missing from our lives, that's when everything feels just wrong, something feels off. And we can oftentimes blame it on something else rather than see what it really is. And by the end of it, she could see absolutely that was so clear for her, and it's sometimes we just we have things a little bit off, and our focus and our attention is on this thing that we think is the culprit when actually it's not at all. And, so that's one example. And the other example is just a couple of days discovering some stuff for myself. So I'm about to go into an NLP course for 4 straight days, 4 full days of NLP. And before I want to go into it, I know for a fact that I've always struggled with visualization, like just going back in the past. Like it's always been a real struggle for me. So, I've done, different NLP techniques, different strategies, different tools I've learned, and I just know for a fact, like that might be something that I'd rather prepare for. I'd rather take some time out to kind of reflect back and then just like have some bits and pieces in mind, sort of preparing for this event so I can get the most out of it. And anyway, as I was going through this whole diving back into my past, I actually made all these different connection points, like way back to me being a kid, that I had never before in my whole time of ever reflecting back in my past. I've done a lot of it, like I've done a lot of personal development. I've never actually, found like these other little pieces of the puzzle and being able to kind of make these connection points. And kind of what triggered me was, I'm going into this NLP course, but there was something there, like something in my personal life kind of just triggered me. And I was like, why am I so triggered by this? Like it didn't quite add up. It felt like an overreaction. And so whenever I feel like a sense of overreaction, I can tell that, it's something to do with my past that hasn't been brought to the surface and taken care of, right? 95% of what we react to in the moment has nothing to do with the present moment and everything to do with past unresolved emotions, experiences, and so forth. And so I was able to kind of make some key connection points, and instead of like being triggered by this this momentary thing that was really not that big a deal, but like I was overreacting to it in the moment, I was able to pick apart like my past and actually track it down to different things and different experiences in my life that I'm like, oh, the problem that I think is the problem is actually not the problem at all. It's triggering me, alerting me and shining light on something else that I just haven't resolved, but it's got nothing to do with this actual problem. That's actually not a problem. And I really need to focus back on the real issue and the real problem and the real opportunity to grow and learn more about myself and resolve past, emotional experiences or whatever those things are that hold us up. And part of what I learn in NLP, when we look at that work, is the fact that we never forget anything, and our subconscious mind holds and stores every single memory. But our conscious mind is that piece of the puzzle that's like, oh, I remember, or I've forgotten, or whatever. It's like it's whatever it's conscious of. And what happens is that we never get to discover a past memory until our subconscious mind can see that it's going to be beneficial, that we can handle it, that we're going to grow from it, that it's the right kind of timing for us. Otherwise, it kind of keeps it in the distance. So to bear that in mind as well, when we're trying to overcome a problem, to question whether it's the real problem. And I hope that that's all making sense to you guys. But really wanting you guys to focus on identifying the correct problems and questioning what we think are the problems so that we can actually generate a good result, rather than this beautiful human being that I got to connect with today, right? And if she got really focused on, I'm not in the right career path, I've got to move on from this career path, and she just couldn't get away from that being the problem, she might leave a job and leave a career path that was very well suited to her, only to find that, she's got the same unfulfillment in the next job and the next job and the next job. The same thing happens when we leave relationship after relationship after relationship. When we're blaming that thing that is not actually the real problem, we're only attending to resolve something that's not a problem at all, when we should be making sure that we've identified the correct problem so that we can do something about it, so that, this beautiful human being can be grateful for the position that she has and see how it's very much in alignment with her genius, with her key talents and strengths. And then realize that the fulfillment piece might actually be coming from the lack of relationship, when she knows, you know, based on maybe past hurtful experiences, she's been kind of closed off from that and a bit terrified of it. And instead to do the work on opening herself up to the potentiality of something extraordinary with another human being, and doing that work and moving in that direction so that she can ultimately feel fulfillment in all areas of her life. All right, I'm going to dive into the chat role with you. Would you say hi? Let me know where in the world you're tuning in from. Hope this has been of value to you. And let me know if you've got any words of wisdom to share with any of us here. Would absolutely love to hear from you. Any stories that you guys might have in terms of finding the real problem and steering away from the so-called problem, and having some success with that as well. All right, and any of you guys, I nearly forgot to mention, but these one-on-one personality profiling sessions to discover your genius, if you are part of the monthly masterclasses, I'm actually giving them away for 50% off. Right, so usually I charge $400 to go through these personality profiling sessions with me, where I spend about 2 hours working individually with you, and then I shoot you off with a development guide with a whole list of ways to kind of like handing you the template to become your best self, based on how your mind is wired. It is super powerful stuff. If you want to learn more about it, I invite you to join the monthly masterclasses. I just did a full hour masterclass on this whole framework and the power of it, and adding the value to you in your life right now. So I really want you guys to get that value. And if you really want to take it to the next level and you want to work with me one-on-one, that's the discount that I'm offering for you guys, 50% off. And if you're part of also the masterclass group coaching, you get almost 65% off. So it's crazy. I'm giving these away because I want you guys so much to get maximum value from this framework. It's super, super powerful stuff. So if you're interested in that and you want the discount, then definitely make sure that you are a part of the masterclasses, and let me know so I can shoot you a link to jump on a profiling session with me. Oh my God, my favorite thing to do in the world. So let me jump in. I've got Alex and Vanessa and Bapuni and Ray and Caden. Awesome to see you. Haven't seen you in ages. And Barry's here, and Alan, you're lovely but very white. You don't get sun much. It's an interesting topic there, Alan. Well, I hope today's message has been of value to you. And Caden's here. Good day to you, my friend. So good to see you. And Victoria, yay, good to see you again. And Yvonne's here, and Max and Ryan and Alex and Caden, I love that you're tagging a friend in here. That's so, so awesome. And Victoria, did I miss what NLP is? Sorry, I just went straight into that terminology, didn't I? So NLP is neuro-linguistic programming. If you like Tony Robbins, it's a lot of the work that he does. It's how he is so extraordinary with a whole bunch of human beings. So it's all based on how our minds work. It's diving into the workings of the subconscious mind, using the power of language to actually overcome our limitations and break through. So powerful, powerful stuff. I can't wait to be bringing much, much more of the value from NLP as I'm going through these different courses over this next year. But yeah, thank you for asking, Victoria. And Terry's here as well. Thanks for the light that you send to very sunny Spain. So much love for you, Terry. Thanks so much for being here. And always for your kind words. And Samuel, do you use EFT tapping to get these past moments? I don't actually, Samuel. I haven't had much experience with tapping. I've only learned a little bit. I haven't had much experience with it. If you guys think I should test that out, because I'm all about testing new things out, then definitely, let me know where I can do more of that and find out more. I love that. Thanks for sharing that, Samuel. And if you've got any experience with tapping, drop us a comment. Let us know. I'd love that. And Ram's here as well, and Steve and Narinda and Madeline and Phil and Caden. I'm so glad I finally caught you live again. On time message, this has been the current subject, resolving the real roots in order to cure surface symptoms. Boom, you got it, my friend. I love that we're in sync on this one. And yes, it's so good to have you live. I love it. And this is powerful, because oftentimes we spend all this time, energy and effort like trying to resolve a problem that actually isn't the problem. You know, particularly in our intimate relationships, you know, we can get so caught up in, you know, this problem and like looking at this, like this thing that just drives us crazy and drains all our emotional energy. And then the fact of the matter is it's got nothing to do with the relationship and that other person, and everything to do with something that you haven't been working on within yourself. You know, I see this time and time again, and I've been through this experience time and time again, where our relationships kind of get, you know, all the problem thrown on them when it has nothing to do with the relationship. It's kind of ends up being the scapegoat from our own personal development. So powerful stuff to get a hold on. So I love that, Caden. Thanks for being here. And Victoria, in my journey of personal growth, I'm discovering that I'm uncovering answers in layers, if that makes sense. Yeah, absolutely. I think I've got the answer, and then I learn more and it's fleshed out even more. I love that, Victoria. That is so amazing. You know, and I love how committed to your personal development you are, and getting to connect with you through the profiling sessions, and I can't wait to hear more of your insights. And yeah, absolutely, you know, it's kind of like diving down the rabbit hole. The more we learn, the more we realize we don't know. You know, the more we know, the more we realize we don't know. Whatever that saying is, it's so true. But like kind of, it's like filling out the branches. It's like letting the branches of your self-awareness grow, and then you're filling them out. Yeah, that's absolutely the journey. I love that, how you've articulated that, Victoria. And Stephen's here, and Elf, awesome. And love it, Victoria. And Elf, beautiful, dear soul. Loving all you are and endless work you do. Infinite respect and love. So much love for you, my friend. I always appreciate your kind words and being here. Thank you so much, Elf. And really, that is my message for you guys today. So I hope that it just gets you thinking about, you know, maybe whatever the problem is, or whatever you've thought the problem is right now in your life, maybe just questioning whether it is really the problem. So what I personally did was I literally just started writing, and I identified like, what is that thing that's triggering me? And then where did that come from? Where did that come from? Where did that come from? And it kind of took me all the way back into my childhood. It was super crazy. Like, I can't even believe like I was able to come up with all this stuff, and simply through asking myself quality questions. You know, that's how the subconscious mind works. Like, if you ask it the right questions, it'll give you the right answers. So, you know, don't just take your conscious mind for it. Like when you think, oh, this is the problem, really do the work on identifying it, and it will make the difference between you kind of beating your head against a brick wall and you actually growing and progressing and overcoming the challenges. So hope that's of value. And Caden, thank you so much for sharing this. Always grateful and blessed by your beautiful words and appearance. Love and light to you, Ness. Oh, thank you so much, Caden. I so appreciate that, my friend, and so great to have you back. So that is it from me today, guys. I really hope that today's message has served you. And as always, I'm sending you guys all of my love, light, blessings, gratitude, energy, enthusiasm, everything extraordinary coming to you to wherever you are in the world today. I really do hope that it's beautiful, amazing, and extraordinary, and that you're doing something super empowering. And today's message has absolutely served you. And I so appreciate each and every one of you guys who could join me live. And if you're interested in the profiling sessions, make sure that you hit me up now, because I'm only doing this special offer. Really, I was supposed to finish on the weekend, but I've got a couple of you guys who are watching the masterclasses now, so I want to keep it open, but I have to have all your profiling sessions done before group coaching starts. So get on board ASAP. If you've got any questions, let me know. Can't wait to hear from you guys, and I'm sending you all of my love, and I cannot wait to see you guys tomorrow. Oh, and I'll just show you.